Good afternoon from weSPARK Cancer Support Center. My name is Terry Littlefield, and I'm so glad that you're out there in the internet world to join for some gentle yoga today. We're actually going to start lying down, one of my favorites. You can have a blanket as a pillow, and I also have a couple props. I have my giant water. I also have a block or two. You could use a book if you don't have that. And I have a bolster, which you could also just use another blanket. So towels, all props are good. You'll just come to lie down, make yourself comfortable. You can have your legs bent or long. And I'm going to share one of my favorite quotes by Thich Nhat Hanh. So let your eyes close. Be comfortable, sink into the ground a little bit. From Thich Nhat Hanh, breathing in, I calm my body. Breathing out, I smile. Dwelling in the present moment, I know this is a wonderful moment. So as you're here, each breath is each present moment. Allow a teeny tiny little smile to sneak onto your face. Let the eyes relax, but feel that teeny tiny smile on your face. And then watch each and every breath. Notice if you already left and you're at the grocery store, come back to your yoga, come back to the breath. Three more times. Let the whole body fill up and let the whole body empty out. Bring your hands to your heart. Send something good out from your heart outward. Notice the smile again. And release your arms by your sides, palms up or down. And when you're ready, you'll just begin to turn your head side to side. Just roll across the back of your head. Sometimes you want to lift up. Try not to do that. Just rolling side to side. Maybe we'll call this class the unrush class. And if you find it really challenging to go slowly, go even slower. One more time, to the right and to the left. And please know, as we are here together today, that if anything I'm teaching does not feel right in your body, you don't do it. You are in charge of your yoga practice, not me. I'm just a guide on the side. And when you finish both sides, you'll come back to center, just gaze up at the ceiling. Or if you're outside, if you're super tech and you're outside with Facebook, you can gaze up at the sky. How cool would that be? Reach your left arm up and over. Does not matter how far it goes, just reach it up and over and then bring it back. and then you'll take the right one up and over. Like the arms are floating, just one at a time, alternating. It's called shoulder flexion. And you can stop anywhere, right? Maybe this is what is nice, and then you return. Moving slowly and noticing the breath. You might even hear some sounds in your shoulder joint. Let's take one more with each arm. Make sure you end evenly. I think we started with the left. I'm going to be wild and do one more with my right arm. And then you'll come back. I like to take my pillow out from underneath me for bridge lifts. You do not have to. You can keep your pillow. But I feel like my head and my neck feel a little bit better, just a little lower. So it's totally your choice. We'll start with the arms by the sides, palms facing down. Find your butt and turn it on a little bit. So not crazy squeezing, but a little bit of butt activation so that you can lift up and have strong legs and butt. Lifting up, butt and low back lift. And then you exhale, lower. You might lift up tiny, right? Teeny tiny bit, fine, great. And exhale, lower. Inhale up. Exhale, lower. So please no floppy butts. Definitely want a strong backside. Lifting and lowering with your breath. Let's do 3 more. Last one. And yogi's choice. I'm going to take one of the blocks. Again, you could use a book or a towel. And I'm going to lift up now and offer a supported bridge. So I've got the block where I feel very comfortable. Maybe I need to adjust. Maybe my shirt is bunchy. Take all the time you need to get yourself situated where you feel, this is nice. If you want, and we'll all meet back here in supported bridge. If you feel like taking an active bridge and staying up for a few breaths, inhaling and exhaling here, still using my buttocks, trying not to use my jaw, maybe finding that little smile again. And then eventually you come back down and you rest. Supported bridge. You can change your mind at any time. So block is obviously less forgiving than a blanket or a bolster would be, right? Something softer. Notice some sounds around you. Right now I can hear birds chirping outside the windows, which is really lovely. Take something in from the outside that sounds nice. Maybe that means peace and quiet. Close your eyes. Breathe. One more breath here. And we'll slowly lift up, remove your prop, lower down, bring one hand to your belly, one hand to your heart, and be very still. Invite the tiny little smile back onto your face and bring your knees in toward your chest. So you can stay here, or you might like to let your legs float up and your arms float up. It's called resting bug. You can circle your wrists and your ankles. This is one of my favorites. I think you could even be doing all of the things I'm going to do today in your bed, which would be ultra fantastic. Maybe scrunch your toes and your fingers and then spread them out. And then scrunch them and spread them out. Look at all the space you can create. Scrunching and spreading. And then maybe you allow the limbs to move. All of these are options. You could be perfectly still and you might be back here right now, enjoying your breath. Just let the body move. Couple more breaths here. Maybe you're on a bicycle now. Maybe your bicycle backed up. And then come down. Bring hand to belly, hand to heart. Be very still. Notice your breath. Release your arms. Take your legs all the way out. Bring your arms up above your chest and welcome to plank pose. Feel the strength in your center, like you're pushing and you're reaching through your legs. You might feel like you have a little bit of almost a heat there in your abdomen all the way around, like you've got a nice little sweater on that shrunk. Maybe some saran wrap wrapped around there. And we're going to take 2 times S breath, where you fully inhale. Inhale all the way up, and then your exhale sounds like an S. As you're doing that, keep going and going and going, and feel your abdominals get nice and snug. When you get all the way to the bottom, inhale, fill all the way up through your nose, and exhale. It's hard work in plank. Release your arms, bend your knees, and we'll make a tree pose, but we're going to take our time getting there. I don't like to really rush in yoga, unrush. So you'll take your right leg out, but act like you're standing on it. It's strong. The toes face the sky. Your arms can rest for now wherever. Your left leg is bent. You're going to let the knee fall into the side and come back to center. Into center, and then back up. That's what I should say. Into center, and back up. Barely, it's so gentle. Your hip, internal rotation, and then back. And then internal, and back. A few more times. Last 2. And then we'll allow the leg to fall out to the side. Be very mindful what's going on in the hip joint, in the pelvis, the inner thigh and groin. You do not need to touch the ground or make a big stretch. You just let the leg fall out to the side and come back up. Let it feel good. Gentle out to the side and come back up. My foot actually kind of turns onto one side, and then the sole of the foot goes flat. So you might notice not trying to keep your foot frozen in any particular place, letting the body move. And we'll take a few more. So this is hip external rotation. Last two. And then we'll build a tree pose. So you have your prop handy. You might want to put it under the leg, and you'll let the left sole of your foot come in to touch the right leg. Hands come to your heart, tree pose. Notice your amazing balance. Notice your breath. And you can stay here, or some of you may want to grow your tree branches. Reach out. Oh, I found a tree right over here. What kind of tree are you? My favorite tree is a birch tree. Maybe you'll visualize your favorite tree. Breathe and reach. Rooted and flexible like a tree. One more breath here. And bring your hands back to your heart. Take a breath here. And use your hand to bring the left knee up. Extend the left leg. So both legs long. Notice. Maybe you want to bring hand to belly, hand to heart, or Shavasana shape. Notice the difference between the left side and the right side. And then you'll turn your left toes toward the sky. Bend your right knee so we can do the other side. Let your arms rest wherever you're comfortable. Oh, let's go in first. Internal rotation. Knee falls in and back. Internal rotation and then back to neutral. Breathing, inviting that tiny smile back if that feels appropriate while you're being a dynamic tree, like tree prep. Notice this side versus the other side. And let's take two more on this side. And then allow the right leg to fall out to the side and come back up. So again, it does not have to go far. You can let it go all the way down, but try not to let it fall down, where I got all wobbly. So it's gentle and slow, like I'm moving through water perhaps. External and up. The left leg strong and steady, toes toward the sky. How is your breath? When in doubt, breathe and notice your breath. That's the yoga. You could just be here and do absolutely nothing but watch your breath, and it would be such a beautiful practice. Let's take one more. And I'm not going to use the block on this side. You still can use a prop, but I'm just going to show it differently. So I've brought my right foot in to touch the left leg. My left leg is still active, and I'll bring hands to heart for tree pose on this side. Maybe you're a different tree now. And at any point you can reach and grow your branches. Lots of breath. Now you are so open and ready for breath here. So full inhales, full exhales in your tree. Celebrate your balance. It's awesome right now. One more breath. Bring your hands back to your heart. Take another breath here. Use your hand to bring the knee up and go ahead and extend again both legs. Let them relax. Maybe hand to belly, hand to heart. You can close your eyes, put your tiny smile on, and notice your breath. Release your arms. Flex the ankles, all 10 toes now toward the sky. Come back into your plank pose. If you want to do another S breath, you can. Otherwise, feel yourself strong, pushing and reaching, legs long. And then from here, we're going to come into a modification of down dog, right? This is our plank today. Wait until you see down dog. It's so fun. So we roll to the side and we come up. And you might want to sit on something. You could bring the pillow back underneath you. Here is your down dog, right? Hard work. Hard work. My legs are reaching. Maybe your legs are bent. Great. My legs are bent often in down dog. And you're breathing wherever you are and trying to lengthen all the way from your root all the way up. Let's take 2 more breaths here in our down dog. Seated dog, we'll call it. By the way, if this happened in your dog, feel free to use a wall or a chair. You can modify it always. Good. Let your hands come down, cross your legs. And I want to have you just for a moment take a gentle twist, moving in and out of the twist. Back and forth, slowly twisting. It's kind of nice to have that gentle smile on our faces. Good. Last time, let's twist and stay for a breath. Maybe you'll take a look over your back shoulder, see what's going on over there. And then you'll come through center and we'll twist to the other side and maybe take a peek. What's going on back there? And then we'll come back to center. So I'm allowing time for Shavasana, which is maybe my favorite pose. I have about 5 minutes or so. And I encourage you to stay longer than 5 minutes, but I'm including it because I think sometimes if the teacher doesn't force you to do Shavasana, you're like, I've got to go. I've got laundry to do. So please make yourself comfortable in Shavasana for final rest pose, which is so, so important. A bolster or a blanket under your legs if you like that, right? I like to support the legs. And then my pillow underneath my head. Arms by your sides. Let the feet relax now. Let the legs relax. Allow the pelvis to be heavy. Notice your low back, mid back, and upper back resting. Some parts will touch the floor, some parts won't. Notice your shoulders, left and right. Your arms and hands, maybe the gentle curve of your fingers. Your head and neck comfortable and supported. And then allow your eyes to close. Let the tiny smile drop from your face down into your heart. And you'll enjoy Shavasana. Stay as long as you like, but definitely stay for the next 4 or so minutes. Please stay as long as you like, but I would like to say goodbye for this time. I'm going to read the quote one more time and say a namaste to you. The light in me sees and honors the light in you. And from Thich Nhat Hanh, breathing in, I calm my body. Breathing out, I smile. Dwelling in the present moment, I know this is a wonderful moment. See you next time. Namaste.